Think about your life, not the highlights, not the stories you tell. The ordinary days, the weeks, the years, most of them are gone. Not because they weren't important, not because you didn't live them, but because your brain deleted them. This isn't a flaw. It's not a failure. It's how memory is designed to work. And once you understand why, you realize something unsettling. You are not remembering your life. You are remembering a very small edited version of it. Before we continue, take 1 second to subscribe, because what you're about to learn will change how you think about memory itself. We often imagine memory as a recording device, something that captures our lives as they unfold and stores them away intact. But this idea is deeply misleading. Memory did not evolve to document your experience. It evolved to help you survive. Your brain is not interested in preserving the details of your life for nostalgia. It is interested in patterns, predictions, and usefulness. When something happens, your brain immediately evaluates it through a simple lens. Will this help me navigate the future? If the answer is no, the memory is weakened, compressed, or erased. This is why ordinary days disappear. Stable periods vanish. Long stretches of calm life blur together. From an evolutionary perspective, repetition signals safety. And safety does not require detailed storage. The brain saves energy by discarding what it deems unnecessary. Ironically, this means that the more stable and comfortable your life becomes, the less of it you will remember. Memory favors change, threat, and novelty, not happiness, not routine, not peace. This also explains why people often feel that time is flying during adulthood. It's not time that accelerates. It's memory density that decreases. Fewer unique memories are formed, so the past feels compressed. Memory is not a diary. It is a filter, and that filter edits your life aggressively without asking permission. What remains is not an accurate record of who you were, but a selective outline shaped by survival logic, not meaning. When people look back on childhood, it often feels vast, stretched, detailed, and slow. Summers felt endless. Years felt full. This sensation is not because childhood lasted longer. It's because the brain was working different. In childhood, nearly everything is new. New environment, new rules, new social dynamics, new emotion. Novelty forces the brain to pay attention, and attention is the gateway to memory formation. Each unfamiliar experience requires interpretation, prediction, and learning. That cognitive effort strengthens memory encoding. As a result, childhood is densely packed with memory, even if the actual years were fewer. As we age, novelty declines, routines solidify, patterns become predictable. The brain switches from learning mode to efficiency mode. Instead of storing individual experiences, it generalizes. A school year becomes that year, a job becomes that phase, a decade becomes when I lived there. The experiences still happen, but the brain didn't bother to store them separately. This is why adulthood feels shorter in retrospect. Even though it contains far more time, the memories are thinner, less texture, less distinct. Time can speed up, memories slow down, and because memory is how we measure the past appears to shrink. Routines are efficient. They reduce decision-making. They create stability. They make life manageable. But to your memory system, routines are almost invisible. When you repeat the same actions daily, commuting, working, eating, sleeping, the brain stops encoding the detail. There is no need. The information adds nothing new. So the brain compresses repetition into abstraction. Weeks collapse into a single impression. Months blur together. Entire years feel like they vanish. This is not forgetfulness. It is optimization. From the brain perspective, remembering every commute will be wasteful. Remembering every similar workday would be redundant. So it erases specificity and stores a summary instead. The result is unsettling. Long portions of your life can disappear from memory without anything bad happening. You didn't lose time. You lost record. This is why people often feel disoriented when looking back on highly routine periods of their lives. The emotional weight doesn't match the length of time that passed. Memory rewards change. Routine starves it. And the more structured and repetitive modern life becomes, the more time it quietly removes from our remembered lives. Emotion is memory's amplifier. When something triggers strong emotion, fear, joy, shame, grief, love, the brain flags a moment as important. Stress hormones are released. Neural connections strengthen. The memory is marked for retention. This makes sense evolutionarily. Emotional moments often signal danger or opportunity. Forgetting them could be costly, but this creates a distorted personal history. We remember arguments vividly. We remember accidents. We remember heartbreak. We remember intense joy. What we forget are the neutral days in between, the vast majority of life. This leads to a memory bias where life feels defined by extreme. The narrative becomes uneven. Emotional spikes remain sharp, while long, stable periods fade. Over time, this can make the past feel heavier or darker than it actually was. The memory record is not balanced. It is emotionally skewed. Your brain isn't lying to you. It's prioritizing survival-relevant data. But the consequence is that your remembered life becomes an edited highlight reel, not of happiness, but of emotional intensity. We experience ourselves as continuous beings, a single identity moving smoothly through time. Memory helps maintain this illusion, but because memory is fragmented, identity is reconstructed, not recalled. You don't remember who you were in detail. You infer it from scattered moments, stories you've told yourself, and social feedback. The gaps are filled unconsciously. This means your sense of self is less stable than it feels. It is rebuilt each time you think about it. Psychologically, this is efficient. A stable identity helps decision-making and social interaction, but it is also misleading. The you of 10 years ago is largely inaccessible. What remains is a narrative shaped by memory bias, emotion, and hindsight. Identity feels continuous because the brain needs it to be, not because it truly is. Photos and videos feel like memory preservation tools. In reality, they often overwrite memory. Each time you recall a memory, it becomes unstable for a moment. When it is stored again, it can change. This process is called reconsolidation. If a photo is present during recall, the brain blends the image into the memory. Over time, you stop remembering the event itself. You remember the photograph. The original sensory experience fades. The external record replaces. This is why people often remember childhood moments they couldn't possibly recall firsthand, because they've seen the photos so many times. Modern life produces enormous external memory archive. Phones remember what we don't, and in doing so, they reshape how memory works. Your past becomes curated, not lived. Most of your life will disappear from memory, not because it lacked meaning, but because meaning is not memory's priority. Memory exists to guide future behavior, not to preserve experience. It keeps what helps you adapt and discards the rest. This realization can feel unsettling, but it is not tragic. Forgetting is not lost. It is function. Without forgetting, consciousness would drown in detail. Decision-making would collapse. Emotional regulation would fail. Your brain protects you by letting most of life go. What remains is not everything you lived, but what shaped you, and that is enough. You are not forgetting your life. Your brain is protecting you from drowning in it. What remains isn't everything you lived. It's what mattered most for becoming who you are now, and the rest was never meant to stay.